What's going on, guys? Attorney Gerald Griggs, and we are live outside of the NAACP headquarters as we are preparing for election protection ahead of this runoff election here on January the 5th. So the eyes of the world have been consistently on Georgia, and now it's time for us to get this vote out. So we will be going around to 255 polling precincts here in Fulton County to make sure that people's election rights are protected. And it's important. You need to stay in line. You need to make sure you have comfortable clothes on. You need to make sure you have a voting plan, and you need to make sure you have the 1-866 Our Vote number if there are any issues, both in Fulton County and in the top 20 counties in the state of Georgia. And so we've heard the commercials, we've heard the radio ads, we've heard the stump speeches, but now it's time for the voters to speak. So here at the NAACP, of course we're nonpartisan, but we are going to make sure that your civil rights and your voting rights are protected. So we have dozens of volunteers right across the street here at 1147 Calhoun Avenue that are preparing to go out to polling precincts around Fulton County. We also have 19 other chapters of the NAACP that are prepared to fan out all over Georgia, whether Richmond County, Chatham County, Bibb County, Dougherty County, Lowndes County, Glenn County, all over the state of Georgia to make sure that the vote gets out. And here's one thing that people really are not talking about here in this election: the power of the African American vote. We know that there are 7.7 million registered voters here in the state of Georgia, but there are also 2.2 million African American voters. And they right now in the early vote are making up almost 40% of the early vote. So it's important that we continue to turn out in large numbers. We want to see all 2.2 million vote. Currently, 900,000 as of the end of early vote had voted, and that's phenomenal for a runoff election. But it's time to overwhelm the ballot box to make sure that black voters matter. So we're here again, 1147 Calhoun Avenue, here in the heart of historic East Point, where we are going to fan out across Fulton County to make sure that Georgia's most populous county has effective election protection ahead of this runoff. There are 800,000 registered voters in Fulton County. 250,000 have already voted. So it's drastically important that we continue to keep those numbers up. We continue to show America and show the world that black voters in Georgia matter, that black voters matter, that our election rights matter, and that we are following in the footsteps of such legendary and luminary figures as C.T. Martin, C.T. Vivian, that we're following in John Lewis's legacy. As he said, the most powerful nonviolent weapon that we have is the vote. And so we are making sure that we are prepared and that we will get this vote out. So again, if you have any issues with voting in Fulton County or 19 other counties that we are in, make sure you call 1-866 Our Vote. That's 1-866 Our Vote. It's manned by the NAACP. It's manned by lawyers with the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights. It's manned at the highest level by the legal defense firm, a part of the NAACP. So we need to make sure that you are prepared. So again, I'm Attorney Gerald Griggs, Vice President of the Atlanta chapter of the NAACP. It's time for us to get out and vote. It's time for us to go to the polls. Go to the polls. Your voice, your vote.
In politics, you're never done. We definitely are not done in Georgia.
It's a struggle. This pandemic is a struggle.
I'm not sure that I know any hairdressers who haven't lost a huge portion of their income.
It's just like a bad story. I don't know how much longer we could do it.
Boy, it's so good to see people. People who are not aware, I need them to wake up. Biden is the president-elect, but there is the Senate. And without the Senate, we cannot make progress.
I came south to play basketball. And my first year, I went to jail in Nashville sitting at the counters. That was 1960. In 2020, it's the same kind of effort.
On election day, I was just so hopeful. The sea of red all over the Southeast, and Georgia was blue.
But it will mean nothing unless on January the 5th, people get out and vote.
We have to keep pushing harder than we did for November 3rd.
The Senate is now holding up legislation that could benefit people across America.
Everybody was living paycheck to paycheck before, and it's worse now.
I'm going to be in a position to have to sell my house to be able to afford medical insurance.
There's a lot of people that are going to be in need after this very tough year.
No one comes in, no one calls. I mean, sure hope we can get some help.
So it's not really sustainable at all.
With the right leadership, America can be put first again.
Senators Perdue and Loeffler just don't get it. They don't understand the people who make Georgia work.
I believe that Ossoff and Warnock, they'll act in regards to what the people want.
Pandemic relief, expansions of health care and Medicare.
This is one of those races that you should be excited about. This is an opportunity for us to put people first over profits.
We may not be John Lewis, but we can be committed to the vote for which he fought for. Get out and vote.
The people need to vote.
Show up.
I think we're going to win this election.
But it's going to depend on how many people vote.
Please vote.
Vote early if you could, but vote. Do not miss this opportunity.
Can you imagine if we woke up and we as a people have our voices heard?
This is our moment in history.
Hello, Georgia. Hello, America. My name is Portia Miller, a.k.a. Queen. I am with the NAACP-Atlanta East Point, and today is the day to get out and vote. We've been waiting on January 5th since November 14th to get these votes out. We had a major turnout. It was absolutely amazing. Over 2.3 million people came out and voted in Georgia, and we got to continue flipping Georgia blue. Last year, the pandemic had us down, but we came out, we marched, we fought for our rights, and today is still the day to speak out and let everybody know that your vote matters. We are trying to get Pastor Raphael Warnock in the Senate seat and John Ossoff in the other Senate seat. So we got 2 Senate seats we need to fill. So what I'm asking of you guys is to get out today. The voting polls open up at 7. Go to your local voting polls and get out there and vote and make it happen now. Love you guys. Let's get it going today.
My vote is my voice. My voice speaks my choice. Every day, week, month, or year, one thing is clear. My vote is my voice. I said my vote is my voice. My voice speaks my choice. Every day, week, month, or year, one thing is clear. My vote is my voice. What an opportunity in this land of the free. I've got something to say. I need to speak it today. My voice is important, needs to be heard. One thing I know will speak louder than words. My vote is my voice. My voice
morning, Georgia. I'm so excited. Today is January the 5th, vote day. This is the day where we get to decide who helps in the Senate for our newly elect President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Today is the day of deciding day. Oh, I woke up this morning. I was so excited. We have done all we can to help get out the vote. I am Karen Renee, second vice president of the Atlanta NAACP chapter. Today we'll be going to polls. We have poll monitors all over the state of Georgia, making sure that voter protection is in place, making sure that voters have the right to vote, and in the end, it is an easy process for all voters. Today, I want to make sure everybody gets out to vote. Make sure you go out and do your civic duty to vote. Georgia is on everybody's mind today. Thank you so much.
You've seen what hate is capable of. Ignorance is no longer an excuse. There are no bigger symbols of that hate in our country than Confederate monuments, built to celebrate treason against the United States in the name of slavery, built by organizations with clear ties to the KKK, built not on the heels of the Civil War, but primarily during Jim Crow to intimidate black people. Built and maintained with $40 million of your taxpayer money in the last 10 years alone. Built to cement hate. That's why we built Invisible Hate, a tool that gives every American the power to eliminate the 1,800 symbols of white supremacy that still stand. With a simple click, you can learn about them, denounce them, and lobby representatives to put an end to them for good. You've seen what hate is capable of. Now it's time to see what truth can do. Tear down hate at invisiblehate.org.
What's going on, America? What's going on, world? We are back here live at the Atlanta chapter of the NAACP as we get ready to mobilize our election protection initiative. And it's been an awesome partnership with such great institutions and groups that have been helping us. And I want to bring one on to talk about not only the help that they're giving us today, but the help that they gave us to move around the state last election in November. So I want him to introduce himself and tell people what his company does and why it was important for him to partner with the Atlanta NAACP.
Well, I'm with One Private Services. My name is James Bynum. I drive, security, and just to make sure everybody gets to the polls and everything runs smooth today.
And so why was it important that you reached out to the Atlanta NAACP ahead of the presidential election and then came back for the runoff?
It was just very important. It's something we need to get. We got to make sure we get them Senate seats. We got to do what we got to do.
That's exactly right. So if people want to patronize your business, how can they get in touch with you?
We are One Private Services. You can find us on Instagram or just look us up, One Private Services.
Okay, thank you. And so again, we're here. We're going to get with One Private Services. We're going to go around the metro Atlanta area starting with the 255 precincts. If you have an issue with voting, again, call us at 1-866-OUR-VOTE. 1-866-OUR-VOTE. If you have any issues, please stay in line. Make sure you have a voting plan. Make sure you have an accountability partner. And listen, if you've already voted, then you need to call 10 additional voters and make sure that they've gotten out and they voted, because it's important that we participate in this election. This election is going to be determined by Georgians. We love the commercials. We love the celebrities. We love the influencers. But only you can determine who's our next senator, who's our next public service commissioner. So it's up to you to make sure that we get this vote out. This is Attorney Gerald Griggs with the Atlanta NAACP, and we're going to make sure that your vote counts. So again, 1-866-OUR-VOTE. Go vote. Voice your vote. It's time to vote. Let's do it, Georgia.
Do it, Georgia.